Premier Preps rolls on this week with 4 big games, including Franklin and Sheldon in the Delta League. Christian Brothers looks to halt Ponderosa's unbeaten streak. The red-hot Inderkum girls take on section champ Rio Americano, and Granite Bay hosts Del Oro. Plus the story of Franklin High hooper Aiden Rollins, who plays in the memory of his late father AJ. Keep it locked here on Premier Preps. Welcome to another episode of Premier Preps. I'm your host, Nick Pecoraro. Thank you, as always, for hanging out on your Sunday. We are in mid-season form with 4 game highlights, a great feature story, weekly top 10s, and much more. We get started this week in the Delta League, where the Sheldon Huskies have long laid claim to the title of top dogs in the Elk Grove area. Don't let their sub-500 record fool you. The Huskies always play a brutal non-league schedule to prepare them for a late February playoff push. Another team from the Delta League looking to make a postseason push this year, that would be the Franklin Wildcats, who were looking to hang their first W on Sheldon since 2019, that game happening Friday night in Elk Grove. A Delta League dandy on the docket Friday in Elk Grove. The Franklin Wildcats come in at 15-2, hungry for a win against Sheldon, which tends to turn it up this time of year. The Sheldon band is always amongst the best in the area as well. Can you do that this'll dance? Here we go, first quarter. Franklin's Aiden Rollins getting things going for the Wildcats, but Sheldon is quick to respond. Especially from beyond the arc, Sebastian James drives and kicks to Elijah Sykes in the corner. Splish splash, that one straight cash. And here comes Chadwick Johnson. The great body control and one. The Huskies are starting to mush. Franklin answers back though as Jacob Huaro says, "Welcome to my spin class." A nice drive to the cup, but Sheldon would take a 21-15 lead after one as Elijah Sykes drops a dime to Sebastian James. And we head to quarter number 2 now. More threes from the Huskies. This time it's Baron Sabir, a little step back tray. And then on the next trip down, Sheldon keeps working it around the perimeter. This time Chadwick Johnson takes a crack at it. That jumper's smoother than a fresh jar of Skippy. Johnson had 14 points in the first half. Franklin trying to stay within striking distance. Marcus Cephas gets into the paint for 2, but the Wildcats trail by 10 at the break. Third quarter now, Benjamin Sandy finds his 3-point stroke. He had 13 to lead the Wildcats on Friday. But here come the Huskies on the break. Sebastian James just too big for everyone else. James had 13 on Friday. And then Elijah Sykes needs to visit a Coinstar and cash in on all the dimes he was dropping on Friday. This one's good for an and one from Zach Beatty. Sykes is loving it, and so are the Huskies. Aiden Rollins comes back the other way to beat the third quarter horn. We'll have more on Aiden later in the show, but for now, Sheldon is in the driver's seat. Fourth quarter, Sebastian James connects on another triple. The Huskies hit 7 from downtown on Friday. Franklin fires back once more as Brandon Wasserman gets in on the fun. But this one was all Huskies, folks. Sheldon works it down low for big man Nate Ruff. 6'8", 230 with a big drop step jam. And Sheldon cruises to a 65-51 win.
That's us coming together, because in the beginning it was just a one-man show. But as we started playing together, we started gaining chemistry a little bit. You feel me? We started, playing together more, and everybody averages more than 5 points on a starting 5. That's the goal. That means we're playing together.
Time now for our Big Picture Top 10 presented by LENIE'S Pictures, the official photography sponsor for Premier Preps. You can scan the QR code here or visit LENIE'Spictures.com and get $7 photo downloads by using the promo code NP7. That's exclusive to Premier Preps. Now here's your latest Big Picture Top 10 Boys Basketball Rankings presented by LENIE'S Pictures. The Inderkum Tigers girls soccer team entered this week as the number 4 team in our Premier Preps top 10 rankings, and one of the hottest teams in the section at 10-1. But you never want to underestimate a reigning champion like Rio Americano. The Raiders won it all at the section level last year and nearly came away with a NorCal championship as well. They're looking to jump back into the top 10 conversation with a hot week. The Tigers and the Raiders on Tuesday afternoon. The reigning Sac Joaquin Section Division III champion Rio Americano Raiders hosting 10-1 Inderkum on Tuesday afternoon. Some strong teams in the CVC this year. Here we go. Rio's going to take an early shot. Lena Souza lines it up, but that's light work for sophomore keeper Audrey Cox. Indy on the other end now. Good ball movement. A little give and go. Cameron Dillingham to Grizz Cruz Martinez, but Ariana Cano is there to squash it. About 14 minutes left in the first half. Raiders on the attack. Reagan Rossi, the little crossy. It draws the keeper out just enough for Gianna Borges to bang it home. She puts the biscuit in the basket. Rio takes a 1-0 lead. That's Borges' first goal of the season. Rio trying to tack on just before the half. Ali Manlepig pushes inside for Larissa Aguilar. She turns and burns, but Audrey Cox gets a paw on it to keep it a 1-goal game at the break. Rio's going to test the Tigers' new goalie, Ava Graff, early in the second half. Sadie Burns with a chance, but Graff meets her head on to prevent further damage. A wild sequence here. Inderkum with a corner kick. Cameron Dillingham tries to head it in. Not quite there. Jackie Marr tries to play the second ball. That's not there. But Rio still hasn't cleared it yet. Indy's going to take one more crack at it. But after all that excitement, Ariana Cano comes away with it. And the Raiders cling to a 1-0 lead. Down on the other end, Reagan Rossi fires in stride, but Ava Graff gets a piece of it. Rossi tries to cash in her own rebound, but Graff with a tremendous effort to come out unharmed. Back the other way, Cameron Dillingham gets a steal, a 1v1 breakaway. She's all alone. She lets it fly, but Ariana Cano just had a lid on that thing, at least for a majority of the game, that is, because with about 4 minutes left in the game, Grizz Martinez is online and Shea Romero is on time. A beautiful corner kick and a perfectly executed header. That knots things up at 1 apiece. Rio was just a few minutes from picking up a huge league win, but great resilience from the Tigers to come away with the tie. These two will meet again at Inderkum on February 6th. Time now to take a look at who's rising up into our latest Premier Preps Girls Soccer Top 10. Can't get enough high school sports in Sacramento? Well, Premier Preps has got you covered like no one else. You want game highlights? We got you. You want local insight? We got you. You want inspirational feature stories? We've got you. How about exclusive interviews with prominent players and coaches in the area? We got you. Scores, updates, top plays, and much, much more every Sunday at 5 o'clock during the high school season on YouTube. We look back at the week that was and keep you updated on who's got next. So follow along on social media and subscribe on YouTube to Premier Preps with me, Nick Pecoraro, because it's giving Sacramento high school sports the coverage it deserves. We saw the Franklin boys basketball team earlier in the show, and we've got some more from the Wildcats. Junior guard Aiden Rollins has been on the path to follow in his father AJ's footsteps. AJ Rollins played college basketball right here in Northern California at St. Mary's before enjoying a long professional career overseas. He had a huge impact on Aiden's love for the game, but it was AJ's multi-year battle with cancer that forged AJ to play with a bigger purpose. The Franklin Wildcats will be a team to watch for as we approach the upcoming section playoffs. Leading the charge for the purple and black is junior Aiden Rollins.
Aiden's a playmaker. He's the leader of our team, and you know he is a two-way player. We've really prided ourselves on really getting him to buy into both sides of that, and he's done a great job of that. So. The offensive side is a lot of times what will make the highlight film, but it's the defensive side that helps us, win basketball games.
I've been hooping since I was about 5 years old. I just got into basketball during basketball camps and all that when I was younger, and I've been playing ever since. My drive game has gotten better because when I was younger, I was kind of scared to go to the basket because of the contact, but I feel like now I've gotten over that fear and just started going in.
Aiden has a chance to become the school's all-time leading scorer and take his game to the next level, following in the footsteps of his father, Alan, the man everyone knew as AJ.
My dad, he played a lot when I was younger, and he kind of got me into the game once he was done playing. He played at St. Mary's for college, and he played overseas in about 17 different countries.
So I knew his dad back when he played in college basketball. He played at St. Mary's, I played at UC Davis. He was a year or two ahead of me, so we would play St. Mary's every so often.
I heard that he was not really a bully on the court, but just he always took charge. He was always telling people what to do because he understood the game a little more than other people.
He lit up a room. I mean, his energy, his smile, his volume, always smiling, always laughing. You could always hear him. I still hear what he'd be saying in the gym today. So there's a lot of people that are watching this that know AJ.
While AJ Rollins made a profound impact on Aiden's basketball career, Aiden knew that his father was living on borrowed time, fighting a years-long battle with colon cancer.
I was 9 years old. It hit me pretty hard because I just never thought of anything happening to him before. When my mom first told me, it was kind of just shocking, and I was a little sad. But I had the knowledge that he was going to get through it no matter what happened to him.
During his fight with colon cancer, AJ also developed a brain tumor and eventually passed away during Aiden's freshman year at Franklin.
It was May 12th, 2023. I was at school, and then my uncle had picked me up, which I thought was a little weird. And he was just we were trying to just doing things that go get food, go get ice cream, stuff like that. And then when I got home, my mom was at the table, and she kind of just broke the news to me and my brother. I was shocked that it was so soon, then, but there was always something in the back of my mind that had that was a chance of that happening. I just didn't know when.
This was a long, 8-year battle. And that's really defined, Aiden and his family, at a younger time that they would all prefer. We always hear about the end, but there's so much that goes in between that. And, so Aiden learned how to be very strong for himself, strong for his brother, strong for his mother, strong for his father, who knew that, if this, did end, that, Aiden would need to take on more responsibility. So Aiden's very resilient.
Aiden continues to step up for his family and continues to grow his game on the basketball court. He knows it's what his father would have wished for.
I just think about how the success he wanted me to get to. He hopes that I play college basketball, and from there he wants me to do whatever I want. So he wanted me to get the experience of playing college basketball.
Basketball is an outlet to go have fun and be around friends and do something you enjoy. It's also a chance for Aiden to connect with his dad, because his dad was such a good basketball player, and his dad just loved being in the gym. AJ made people feel good, and he brought people in. People wanted to be around him. Aiden's got that characteristic too. He's not quite as loud and boisterous, but he still has the big smile. He still has the leadership ability, and he still has that gravitational pull that people want to be around him.
I would just tell him that I'm gonna do it for him. That whatever I'm doing, I'm gonna just keep him in the back of my mind, and that I'm gonna be successful for him.
From Franklin High School, I'm Nick Pecoraro, and this is Premier Preps. Remember back in the fall when the Ponderosa flag football team made history with the first unbeaten season in the Sac Joaquin section? That was an amazing run by the Bruins, but the girls basketball team at Pondo is now saying, "Hold my soda. They started this year at 18-0. Something must be in the water up there in Shingle Springs. But with league play underway, the Christian Brothers Falcons have been somewhat of the standard bearer in the Capital Valley Conference, with 9 league titles and 4 section championships since 2012. Could the Bruins stay perfect, or would CB deliver a rude awakening? That game happening on Monday night. 2 teams entering the week red hot. Christian Brothers, winners of 6 in a row, while Ponderosa comes in as the last unbeaten team in the section at 18-0. A tough task against the Falcons, though, on Monday, especially when CB gets off to a start like this. Alea Harmon with the steal, going coast to coast for the bucket. But Pondo responds as Casey Dreeling takes the feed from Abigail Redding, both teams off to a strong start. But CB flips a switch midway through the first. Harmon now dropping a dime down low to Joy Omashakin. CB once again goes inside, this time to Journey Williams. I'm a sucker for a good old-fashioned post move. She stays with it, cleans up her own miss. The Falcons take an early lead. But here comes Pondo. Who could forget the flag football season from Brooklyn Nordquist? She's up to her old tricks on the basketball court now. But the Bruins still have work to do, down 15-11 after 1. Second quarter, you've heard of Dream Shakin'? Well, this is Joy Omashakin doing her thing down low. But Pondo comes back with a quick answer as Izzy Hampton Tieber goes hard to the rack. But this is where CB really takes the governor off. Olivia Novi buries a 3 from the corner. And then on the other side, Joy Omashakin says, anything you can do, I can do better. Joy had 12 points for the Falcons on Monday, but Olivia Novi is not to be outdone by her teammate. Liv had 13 points in the second quarter alone, and CB couldn't miss from 3, up 39-15 at the break. But in the third, Pondo starts to make its run. Here comes Casey Dreeling downhill. She led the Bruins with 14 on Monday. And then Brooklyn Nordquist follows suit, taking it all the way to the cup. But she wasn't finished. Here she is on the next trip down with the tray. A nice run from the Bruins, but they still have a huge hill to climb. Alea Harmon's going to put a halt to the Pondo run with a little smooch off the glass. And you've heard of Dream Shakin'? You've heard of Joy Omashakin'? But how about Olivia Novi Shakin'? Liv with the fancy footwork, and CB leads 56-32 after 3. Pondo with one last-ditch effort in the fourth. Rowan Thomas had 10 for the Bruins, but it was just too much Christian Brothers on Monday night. Amor Corcoran giving some love and filling a bucket. Christian Brothers hands Pondo its first loss of the season and looks like a real championship contender.
I think it's all about confidence, like we practice and we play hard, and as long as we stay true to ourselves and we give 110% effort every game, then there's not much more. I mean, as long as we leave it all out there, like that's all it's about. CB's one to watch. We're the team to watch.
Time now for our big picture girls basketball top 10 presented by LENIE'S Pictures. Right now is the perfect time to order your custom banners and yard signs to celebrate your season, especially before we hit the spring season. Any sport, any school, any occasion, take advantage of great deals at LENIE'Spictures.com. And without further ado, here are the latest girls basketball big picture top 10 rankings presented by LENIE'S Pictures.
LENI'S Pictures is your go-to site for priceless photos and memorabilia. This local family business has captured great action shots for a decade, but there's so much more to offer with a personalized touch for team and individual photos, game day galleries, banners, yard signs, festive mementos for senior nights, team banquets, or even just to cheer your kid on at their games, all 100% custom made by LENI'S Pictures any student, any season, any occasion. So make those memories last forever and visit LENIE'Spictures.com and use the promo code NP7 for $7 photo downloads exclusively through Premier Preps. That's LENIE'Spictures.com, your official photography sponsor for Premier Preps.
The Sierra Foothill League is just bonkers. It doesn't matter what sport, you can pretty much count on must-see matchups week in and week out in the SFL. On Thursday night, we got a peek of two of our top 10 boys soccer teams this week as Del Oro traveled to Granite Bay. 7 Sierra Foothill League teams came into this week in our Premier Preps boys soccer top 10, including Del Oro and Granite Bay. It's still really anyone's league at this point, but wins have been hard to come by lately. Kind of a quiet first half from both teams, GB in Dio's kitchen, but Talon Barnes is able to clear it from danger. Grizzlies with another try, a free kick from near midfield. Trent Conley places it well, but there's a mad scramble to win the ball, and it winds up coming back the other way, and the Golden Eagles avoid trouble again. Conley with another free kick from much closer this time. Mason Isuel goes off the dome, but Luke Acosta is there for the stop. And with time winding down in the first half, Aiden Skamaka looking for a man down low. Nico Benai redirects it, but Eric McGuire gives it a go. But there's just not enough cheese on it, and Connor Johnson is there to keep it 0-0 at the break. Switching sides for the second half, Aiden Skamaka going to play it in for McGuire, but his header is just slightly miscalculated. Granite Bay comes back the other way. Noah Rouse looking to turn the corner, but Talon Barnes is there again to knock it away. Grizzlies probably with their best look right here. Conley plays it in. The ball's just kind of hanging around, but Luke Acosta once again pounces on it, and we remain scoreless midway through the second half. Another free kick for the Grizzlies, but Luke Acosta goes up in traffic and says, "Nah." Great defense from the Golden Eagles all around on Thursday. Matt Roberts with a nice feed for Michael Nassif up ahead, but again, that back line of Del Oro was just impenetrable. Kane Clary with the clearance, and Del Oro's going to take the last crack at a win here. Clary, this time on offense, sends it for Malik Harris, but Connor Johnson comes out to snatch it out of the sky, and that preserves a 0-0 tie. I told you wins are hard to come by in the SFL. The Grizzlies and the Golden Eagles will meet again in Loomis in the regular season finale on February 10th. Time now to check out our latest Premier Preps Boys Soccer Top 10 rankings. Infinite Performance Physical Therapy brings you our Plays of the Week every week here on Premier Preps. Dr. Janae Young and staff keeps everyone on track with her sports-specific training models, injury rehab and prevention programs, and much more. So make sure you connect with Infinite Performance Physical Therapy to meet all of your specific needs. Hey, don't forget, you can send me Plays of the Week nominees every week here on social media. Just tag me with a short clip of the video. Let me know what's going on with the play. It could be a game winner, a major milestone, or just a ridiculous play that you know has to be on Premier Preps. Here's who we've got this week in our Infinite Performance Plays of the Week. All right, we've got Olivia Novi from Christian Brothers. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, round, round. Novi and the Falcons are on fire this week. You know who else is hot? The Sheldon Huskies. A big win on Friday, punctuated by this flush from Nate Ruff, and the Huskies are barking. Davis Girls Soccer, goalie Aubrey McClin with the big leg. Audrey Aguirre heads it forward to Jordan Mead, who says, "I'll take it from here." Blue Devils go coast to coast and take a big 3-2 win over St. Francis. And we've got Inderkum's Grizz Cruz Martinez with the corner to sophomore Shea Romero off the dome and sends it home, perfectly executed by the Tigers. And that is your Infinite Performance Play of the Week. Episode 22 of Premier Preps is officially in the books. We had a lot of fun putting this one together, and we'll do the same next week as we continue with our basketball and soccer coverage right here in the greater Sacramento area. Thank you all again for subscribing here on YouTube and following along on social media. We'll be back next week with more coverage that you'll only find here on Premier Preps. I'm Nick Pecoraro. We will see you next week.